Hey skaters, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Coach Julia and happy Easter today if you are celebrating and if you're watching this the day it posted. Today I am going to be covering a question or comment that I saw in one of my videos that I thought was interesting, and maybe a few of you might have the same confusion. This skater was unsure of the difference between ISI and ISU. I can understand. They're very similar titles, similar names. There's a few of these names like that, different lettered names, that I thought would be interesting to go over today in case it helps clarify things for a few of you. So today we're going to start with ISU. So ISU stands for the International Skating Union. This is the governing body for figure skating, ice dancing, synchronized skating, and surprisingly also long track speed skating and short track speed skating. It is one of the oldest athletic governing bodies in the world. It's been around for a very long time, and there are over 80 different countries that are all looking to ISU as the pinnacle at the top of their sport, where their athletes are trying to reach those levels of competition. So ISU in figure skating hosts all of the elite world level events. So obviously the World Championships, the Junior World Championships. They also host Europeans, the Asian Figure Skating Championships, North America and Oceania Figure Skating Championships. They host 4 continents, the Grand Prix of Figure Skating Series, and more. So if you're looking to compete at the highest world level, you're going to be competing in an ISU hosted event. So they're looking out for the rules, the fairness, all of that, to make sure that they keep the integrity of those world level, those elite level skating competitions secure. Next, I want to go over what IJS stands for. So IJS is the International Judging System. Some people know it as the Code of Points system. I have not heard of it referred to that in my rink or the rinks around here. It's always called IJS. But you might have heard it either way. So IJS is a point system that started being used in 2004. It is used at any ISU event. So after 2002, there was a big judging scandal. We used to use a 6.0 system, and at the 2002 Olympics, there was this huge judging scandal. Judges were being found to being like, I will put your skater first in ice dance if you put my skater first in pairs, and it was really, really fishy. If you want to look up the 2002 Winter Olympic judging scandal, it's juicy, okay? It's very interesting. But it was so big that ISU, the International Skating Union, decided to change the way they were scoring these events, and they came up with IJS, the International Judging System. So in IJS, every different element you do has a specific ranked point. So if you do an axel, it has a certain point. If you do a double axel, it adds points. If you do triple, it adds points. If you fall on it or touch down or pre-rotate or under-rotate, all of those things have a specific point value. And it makes it so that skating is a very mathematical sport now if you're competing in IJS. It's definitely not a perfect system, I think. It has added an accountability to the judging, but I think it has taken away some of the artistry. So it's a little bit of a fine balance, but IJS is what you're going to be competing in if you're at any of those elite world level events. Now, because that is where we're shooting for as a skater, it has trickled down into even beginner events so that people who are competing for the first time, if they're in IJS, can see their scores even if it's a beginner event. At our rink, we have a couple of different competition options, but if you're competing with US figure skating, which I'll go over in a moment, you have options between a 6.0 system or an IJS system. And there's advantages to both, but IJS, International Judging System, is the point system you'll use for elite level, and if you want to see the exact tally of what you're getting in a competition, you want to do an IJS competition. As I hinted a moment ago, the next one I want to go over is USFS. Now this only applies for those skaters who are in the United States. If you're in a different country skating, they're going to have a different governing body instead of USFS. So here, USFS stands for the United States Figure Skating Association, or US Figure Skating. I have friends up in Canada who skate with a different club. I mean, wherever you are, you're gonna have a different club, but here in the United States, we have USFS. So this is the governing body for US figure skating in the United States. They are keeping track of creation of testing systems, competition systems, clubs, all that kind of thing. So with USFS, to be a member, you join the club in your area and you test and compete representing your club. So here where I live, we have the Capital City Figure Skating Club. I've been a member of Capital City Figure Skating Club since the mid-90s, and I test through Capital City Figure Skating Club, and when I compete, I represent Capital City Figure Skating Club. USFS has been around since 1921. USFS is recognized by both the United States Olympic Committee and United States Paralympic Committee as the club you need to be part of if you are going to represent the United States at an Olympic event. So any athletes or officials who want to represent the United States at those ISU events have to be a member of US Figure Skating, competing and testing through US Figure Skating, and go up through the ranks of US Figure Skating, and then US Figure Skating will select the athletes and officials that they are going to have represent them on that world stage at the ISU events. Okay, I know that was a lot, but we have one more to go over: ISI. So ISI stands for the Ice Skating Institute. It was founded in 1959. It used to be the Ice Skating Institute of America, but they have expanded since then. They're also in Asia. So there's ISI and ISIA, which is ISI Asia. Both the same company, just a little bit of a different title depending on where you are in the world. So this is actually a trade union. So it is a trade union for ice rinks. So ice rinks become members of ISI. So my home rink, Skate Town, is a member of ISI. And they have training and things, support for ice skating maintenance and rinks around all of their membership areas. They also have a recreational skating program that they have developed, and that has figure skating for tiny tots, all of the competitive levels, adults, there's showcase competitions. They also have speed skating and hockey. So it covers a wide range of recreational skating organizations. Oh, there's also ice dancing, synchronized skating, rhythmic skating, all of those things. ISI has test tracks for and competition tracks for. So ISI was built to help encourage the creation of indoor ice rinks. When ISI came about in the 50s, there were only about 100 indoor ice rinks in the United States, which seems really small. It was generally still a winter sport where you'd skate on your frozen lakes and ponds in the winter, or you'd go to one of those elite 100 rinks and skate there year-round if you wanted to be a top-level athlete. So this organization, ISI, was founded to help build more indoor, all-year-round rinks. And so we can all be grateful to ISI for helping promote that in our sport, because now almost all figure skating here in the United States is year-round. We don't have the weather to support year-round skating unless it was in a building, all right? Especially here in California, it gets to be well over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and we would never be able to skate outdoors all year long. Now, ISI is not a member of the International Skating Union, ISU. It is purely recreational. Now, it goes from very beginner with tufa glides up to through a level that would challenge even elite athletes. The freestyle 10 level in ISI is incredibly difficult. There's been somewhere between 30 and 40 people in the world to pass freestyle 10 since the 1950s because it is extremely challenging. So just because it's recreational in its build, it is not That doesn't mean it's less difficult. It's just we're not aiming for an Olympic level skater. If you are trying to be competing in the ISI track, you're looking at it as something you want to do for fun and a personal challenge rather than something you want to pursue as a really, really high level skater. Oftentimes, skaters will start with ISI until they realize they have a great passion for it and they're doing an axel or a double Salchow, and then they start working through their US figure skating tests. To become a member of ISI, you do it through a rink. So where US figure skating, you join US figure skating through a club. Through ISI, you join through a rink. So since Skate Town, my home rink, it has a membership, I joined through Skate Town, and when I compete, I represent Skate Town Ice Arena. And when I test, I do it through Skate Town Ice Arena. So that's a little bit of a difference here in the United States between US figure skating and ISI. One, you're representing a club. The other, you're representing a rink. All right, I feel like there's so much more we could chat about these different skating governing bodies, but I think that gives you a general overall. So if you're confused when you hear those names, ISI, IJS, ISU, or USFS, you at least have some kind of an idea of what those organizations are. If you have more questions about this, please leave them in the comments below and I will do my absolute best to get back to you about all of those curiosities and confusions. All right, hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please do give us that thumbs up. And as always, I'm looking forward to reading all those comments in that section down below. If you haven't done so yet, then hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell so you can see all my videos when they come out. Happy skating, and I'll see you next time.